It's 5:30 on a weeknight. Your family just called and you don't know what you're going to cook, and this is all you've got. Folks, we got a quick and easy recipe on how to cook frozen chicken in just 30 minutes. Hey, thank y'all for stopping by, and it might look a little different today. We are in the house, in the kitchen, going to show you a quick and simple way to what? Have a great supper with frozen chicken. It just requires, first of all, when you're working with...
Oh, hang on, I gotta move my light ring. I'm not used to cooking or filming in the kitchen.
When you're using chicken, anytime, I like to cover a wooden cutting board most of the time if I'm going to do a lot of chopping, slicing, dicing, something like that. Made, you got any tips for frozen chicken? No? He said it'll eventually thaw out, Dad, and I can eat it. So I'm going to go ahead and glove up. We have us about 6.5 ounces or maybe 7 of frozen chicken breast, okay? And a cheese grater. Y'all ever grated chicken?
Never.
Never in your life. Well, folks, this will work with frozen steak, frozen pork, frozen chicken. And folks, if you think that this is too cold for you, get you a cup towel, make sure it's clean, put it on here to where you can hold that chicken, because I don't want you getting frostbite.
How's that arm doing?
Well, the doctor told me, he said you need to work your trapezoids and your glutes. So this is
your glutes working?
Yeah. Well, we have got the hardest part over with. I have washed and rinsed my grater really well. Russet potato. Go ahead, let's just grate it. It's a whole lot easier grating a tater than it is frozen chicken. Well, all the players is on the field. They are frozen chicken, the grated potato. Now I have about 3 to 4 green onions, whatever you want to use. Just chop it up, the whole thing, not just the tops. We need it all. 1 red bell pepper diced up pretty small. But folks, them things make a lot of moisture. They do. So I just need you to give it a squeeze, because I don't want to have a whole lot of excess moisture in there. Go ahead and add them to the playing surface. To that, 4 ounces of hatch green chili. And add 1 large egg, or in Gladys's version out there, y'all know the girls, they're a little small. We're going to add 2 of Gladys size eggs. Now I like to take this knife or some contraption that you got here and just bust them yellows up just a little. That is good for that. Look here, 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese. You can use the cheese of your choosing. Last but not least comes what? The frozen chicken. Now comes the part to where you just got to get your hands in it.
Oh, your hands, huh?
And go to kneading everything together. So folks, tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to meet you right over here at the stove top. We're going to finish this off. Now to do this recipe, folks, you need you a skillet that, first of all, you'll be able to find a plate in your house that will fit on top of it. But your skillet also has to have a lid. Now there are a lot of them cast iron skillets that don't come with a lid, but you look through your drawer and you can probably find one. To me, I'm using this old Griswold. It'll fit right here and seal up really well. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold butter in there, because it don't get no better than that. And 1 tablespoon of olive oil, which is exactly that much. Now you want to just, when this is melting, beginning to go, I like to swirl it to make sure that it gets on the edges, if you can follow it around there. As you can see, the butter is melted there. So let's dump this in there, and then we're going to form it to fit that skillet we are. Big said, if sun falls out, Dad, don't you worry. I'll be there to get it for you. So I need you to flatten it out first of all in here. And we got this on probably medium to medium low heat. I need you to sort of round these edges off coming up here. That's going to help us in the long run so nothing sticks. And this comes from years of pouring sidewalk curbs. You get it right on the money, you do. Now, let me see about this heat. We're going to go up to medium. We're going to put the lid on it, 15 minutes on medium heat. You can take a little peek about 10 minutes if you need to. I'm going to turn this off for just a second. Now, if you got a Teflon skillet, it's probably gonna work a little easier for you. Put your plate on there, get you some really good pot holders, and try to flip it.
Oh, will stick.
Would have probably stood more butter. Now, we're gonna go ahead and give it a little more butter, another probably half a tablespoon, because remember there is some moisture on the bottom of that, the light side of medium low. But we need to slide it back in there best we can without tearing anything up. And you can see there is a sizzling effect took place. Another 15 if I can get her on there just right. Go a little lower on the heat if you're cooking it in cast iron, because it's probably going to be a little hotter than what Teflon's going to be. So we'll see what happens in about 14 minutes. One little tip I got to give you if you're cooking this in a cast iron skillet, err on the side of lower heat, okay? I had but 2 subjects to help me today in here in the house. Big, wake up here. Here you go, buddy. There's you some chicken, and there's Meiji some chicken, so everybody's got some. Folks, I want to try a bite of this. You can see all the great color it's got in there. The flavors that you get out of there really it's sort of like a chicken pot pie in a way with a hash brown crust. I'm gonna have me one more bite because it is so good. Well, we hope that this made your evening meal procedure quicker and easier, because it did for us. But it is with pride, honor, and privilege that I tip my hat and salute all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying out there. We commend you all. Rest of you, get on up in here, big and quick. Come on. Big old hug. God bless you each and every one, and I'll see you now. I can cook frozen chicken too. Oh, Fitbit's showing. Somebody asked me the other day, wonder how many steps does Kent Rollins get on a normal day?
So
Yesterday
many.
was 17,000. So
Why is that?
we should probably do a Fitbit commercial, because I'm forgetful and I go back to the barn 28 times to get the same thing. That's what really happened.